In this video, you will learn about 4 historical figures that are similar to characters in the book Animal Farm. We have created a segment for each figure detailing why this individual is representative of that animal or how that animal is imitating that figure. The first figure that we have is Tsar Nicholas II, or as he is known in the book, Mr. Jones.
Tsar Nicholas II was a man who was responsible for weakly ruling Russia in the late 1900s. Many believe that Mr. Jones was inspired by this man's way of ruling. But why do we make this comparison? They are both poor leaders and not exercising appropriate rule and were cruel to their subjects. In the end, the power and responsibility became too great and they cracked under the pressure and gave up their kingdoms.
Do you agree with the comparison of you to Tsar Nicholas II?
I just did what was necessary to stay in charge. I fed those brats and that's how they treated me. The rebellion, I remember it was like yesterday.
Most responsible for the rebellion?
Those stupid bacon strips, Napoleon and Snowball are the ones to blame.
Right after the rebellion, everything was running smoothly under Napoleon and Snowball, or should I say, Stalin and Trotsky. Together the animals were fed and everyone was happy. But what happened? Many believe it was the same thing that happened in Russia under Stalin and Trotsky in the early 20th century.
Do you see yourself as a selfish dictator?
No, of course not. Though my actions may not make sense to some, everything I did was for the benefit of my fellow animals. I allowed for others to voice their opinions.
How do you feel about Joseph Stalin?
We are in fact alike, as most people say. We both recognized that it would be best if I held all power, and I did what it took. I was cruel when it was needed, but not excessively. The animals who died had it coming.
Oink, oink, no! Oink, oink, come on. Oink, oink,
No!
oink, oink. Napoleon
What crime are you guilty of?
I worked with Snowball.
Die!
Ah!
Let's go! Oh no, it's all good. Hurry up!
And what crime are you guilty of?
Snowball appeared to me in a dream and told me to disobey you.
Die!
Let's go!
No!
Come on, faster!
And what crime are you guilty of?
I urinated in the drinking fountain.
Die!
Many people have compared Napoleon to Stalin and you to Trotsky. Can you explain further on this?
That's an excellent comparison. First of all, I would just like to say that Napoleon is nowhere near as clever or as good as a speaker as I am. Stalin was not as educated as Trotsky. Both of them were cruel, brutal, and selfish. Their ambition for power got the best of them, and they started killing anyone who got in their way. As for me and Trotsky, we were both educated and truthfully wanted to improve life for everyone. As you know, the most obvious similarity, we were both chased away into exile.
You traitor! After him! Now he's gone.
Molly's ribbons!
So Molly, what did you think about Napoleon's ruling?
Well, I just wanted my ribbons, and he made all these rules that you couldn't have them, and I didn't like that.
You didn't like that?
No, I didn't.
So is that why you ran away?
Yeah, I just wasn't given the time for my grooming, so I couldn't stay.
So are you saying that you represent the people of Russia who thought only about themselves and went to different countries that offered more?
Exactly. I just didn't care about Animal Farm.
Many people believe that Karl Marx was the inspiration for the character of Old Major. Both Karl Marx and Old Major are strong proponents of communism, or as it is called in the book, animalism, and they introduced these communist ideas into the world. However, they both die before the rebellions have a chance to take place.
Do you agree with the comparison of you to Karl Marx?
Yes, Karl Marx was very influential and he had great concepts. I like the comparison. Like Marx, I introduced a concept for a utopian society. On that night, when I told the animals about my dream, I inspired hope in them for a better life.
Do you believe that your concept of animalism truly worked to free the animals?
In theory, animalism is perfect for everyone who walks on 4 legs. We would all be equal in power and would never have to follow the ruling of humans who often exploited our hard work and labor. How Napoleon ruled was out of my control, but I believe that as long as an animal was in charge instead of a human, meant that life was better for all animals on farm.
Okay, now die. There's a mosquito!
Beasts of England, beasts of Ireland, beasts of every land and clime. Hearken well and spread my tidings of the golden future time. Beasts of every land and clime. Hearken well and